So for this problem, what you have to do means you should not substitute directly, right? This is not direct substitution like earlier problems, right? In earlier last two problems, R, L, G and C are given. We have to find the characteristic impedance and propagation constant. But in this problem, it is reverse. We have given the characteristic impedance and attenuation constant and phase constant. So from these parameters, we have to find the value of R, L, G and C. So this is somewhat typical problem. So not straightforward. So the thing is, so this is the characteristic impedance and propagation constant, right? So these are the expressions. So what I have done means I have taken square on both sides, right? Characteristic impedance means square root of R plus j omega L by G plus j omega C, and propagation constant gamma is nothing but square root of R plus j omega L into G plus j omega C. So here I have taken square root on both sides. I have taken square root on both sides. Now what we have to do means, so in place of G plus j omega C or R plus j omega L, we have to substitute either of these. So for example, in this I am substituting in place of G plus j omega C, right? So from this what is G plus, from this what is G plus j omega C? G plus j omega C is nothing but, right? So R plus j omega L, R plus j omega L by Z naught square. So this is the value of G plus j omega C. So now in this G plus j omega C, I am substituting R plus j omega L by Z naught square, right? So now here we have 1 plus R plus j omega L, and here we got another R plus j omega L. So both if you multiply, it will be R plus j omega L whole square, right? R plus j omega L whole square, and then denominator we have Z naught square, right? On the right hand side we have alpha plus j beta whole square. Now take square root on both sides. Now here take square root on both sides. Now take square root on both sides by taking this Z naught square here, right? So now we got square will get cancelled on both sides. Now we got R plus j omega L is equal to Z naught into alpha plus j beta. So Z naught value is given, alpha is given, and beta value is given in the problem statement. So Z naught, I think it is 80 ohms, right? Z naught is 80 ohms, and alpha is 0.04 and beta is 1.5. Alpha is 0.04 and beta is 1.5. So now multiply. So both sides we have complex numbers. Both sides we have complex number. Now compare real part and imaginary part. You will get R value and you will get omega L value. You will get omega L value. The problem statement F is also given. F is given 500 megahertz. So if you get omega L, if you substitute in place of omega 2 pi f, and in F 500 megahertz, you will get the value of L. So now substitute the values. So this is what, in place of omega you substitute j 2 pi f in place of here 2 pi f. F means 500 megahertz. Mega means 10 power of 6. So here I have written 5 into 10 power of 8. So R plus j 2 pi f into L. Now compare on both sides, both real part and imaginary part, right? So this will be the real part. So R value will be 3.2 and this entire value will be equal to 120. So 120. So again, if you multiply this 2 with 5, it will be 10. So 10 power 9, 10 power 9 into pi into L will be 120. So from this, if you take this part, pi into 10 power of 9 to the other side, you will get L is equal to 38.2 nanohenry per meter. 38.2 nanohenry per meter. So is it clear or any doubt? So you can substitute and solve also, but it will take more number of steps. So this is somewhat smaller or shortcut way to solve this problem, right? So I'm going to next slide. So this is where we have started R plus j omega L by G plus j omega C into Z naught square. So in order to find R plus j omega L, we have substituted in place of G plus j omega C. Now in order to find G and C values, now substitute in place of R plus j omega L from this expression. So R plus j omega L from this R plus j omega L is nothing but Z naught square into G plus j omega C. Now substitute here in place of R plus j omega L, you substitute Z naught square into G plus j omega C, right? So this is the expression. So now these two, if you multiply G plus j omega C whole square, it will. Now take square root on both sides. Take square root on both sides. Now take square root on both sides, right? Then you will get G plus j omega C is equal to alpha plus j beta by Z naught. So alpha value is given, right? 0.04 and beta value is given 1.5 and Z naught is given, right? 80. Now substitute these values, again compare the real part and imaginary part on both sides. You will get the G value and C value. Next slide. So here if you substitute and if you compare real part and imaginary part, you will get the respective conductance and capacitance value. So omega means again you have to substitute 2 pi f. 2 pi f is 500 megahertz. 500 into mega means 10 power 6. So if you multiply 2 and 5, you will get 10. So 1000 into 10 power 6 means 10 power of 9. Pi into 3. Is it clear?
If you like the video, please share, like and subscribe. Hit the bell icon to get latest video updates.